Welcome.
We're back.
We're back in our. For those of you that have followed the show for the 11 years it's been on, which I know is 0 people probably, but anyway, this is where we used to shoot it on this side of the studio, not on the other side. None of you would care about that, but I thought we have a Christmas tree for the holidays.
Do we do it just for the Christmas tree, or is the green screen out of order?
Pretty much. I already had this set up for something else, so I thought it'd be nice.
Pretty sweet. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are that person who's been watching us for 11 years, write us somehow.
Yeah.
Write to Matt or.
Well, do you still check that email account?
No. Well, no, I don't.
There was popcorndudes@hotmail.com.
Yeah, I just use that. I ended up using Popcorn Dudes. Well, Popcorn Dudes, at Popcorn Dudes is my Twitter handle, so you can hit me up.
Oh, okay.
Twitter there, yeah. Pretty sure it's that. It's either that or Dude, so one of those. But I think it's Dudes. Yeah, no, I left it plural.
Okay.
All right, glad we got that cleared up. For all those fans who are gonna write it. So it's I thought this is sort of like the end of the year pop culture wrap up.
Okay.
All the things we haven't covered in the last 6 months or something.
When's the last time we did one of these?
I think it was about 6 months ago.
Probably was in the
like,
summer.
Like probably end of last. Yeah, it might have been in the summer. It was the end of last summer.
Yeah, it was after Avengers Endgame, I guess.
Yeah.
We did one then, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So May-ish.
Good movie. I guess I don't have to mention that.
That's
probably. So I think the biggest cultural event of the year was clearly the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh my God! I still need to try it. I just haven't had a chance. And they have opened one out near me, which they didn't used to have one near me. But still waiting.
I finally did it. Because of course they had this I love these companies that they come up with some awesome idea, like chicken or Baby Yoda, and then they don't have enough supply for it, or they don't have merch in the case.
You almost wonder on that. Yeah,
Baby Yoda.
Did they mess up or did they do that on purpose to? I mean, people were getting into fights over it too, which is always insane to me.
Yeah, I don't think they quite. Now with Baby Yoda, I don't understand how they don't anticipate we need to make a bunch of toys. But with the chicken thing, it's one of those you all the time see. Here, it would be like Hardee's. Suddenly everybody's going, oh, we got to get whatever it is, the jalapeno burger. I mean, I don't think you can quite see some of these things coming.
That's true.
And it just really went viral in some weird way. And then, of course, they sold out. Then they came back, and I was still, they got more chicken somewhere. They just killed a bunch more. And then it's like, okay, but it's still, crazy. You're hearing about people getting stabbed, in line.
There are videos online of people beating each other coming out of the store, and then I think there was one that Popeyes employees who even started beating the guy too. I don't even know.
Somebody said something racist. I don't know. So all I know is one day I was just like, okay, I hear it's back. I'm gonna go check it out. I think it was in Maplewood or somewhere near there. And and I was surprised because it was like 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon on like a Thursday maybe or something, and there was still a pretty long line. It wasn't out the store into the street or anything like that, but it was a pretty long line. And the first customer took forever. I'm like, what are they ordering? Like 50 of them? But then I heard later as they got closer that as some guy's like, okay, you're gonna need to wait. I'll get to you when I can, kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my God, it's everyone. But it was weird. It was like after those first two, it took forever. It went through. The line moved a lot faster. But I will say I probably waited in line in a drive-through line something like 20 minutes, which is pretty long for drive-through.
Fairly long, yeah. Unless you're at Steak and Shake at 2 a.m. You'd be there for 45, 50 minutes sometimes. Although I know most of them.
And you're the only person there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I will say though, I was amazed that when I finally tried it, it was like, wow, this meets up to the hype.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I heard
it was pretty good.
Someone on the radio saying they tried it and it was just it was okay, but it wasn't. It didn't meet the hype. So I need to go then.
Maybe it's one of those. Yeah, you know how every once in a while you get some fries and they're hot out of the thing and these are the best McDonald's fries ever.
And the salt is just right.
Yeah, and sometimes there's not enough salt or they're lukewarm or whatever. But the thing I noticed about them is that it just seemed like really deep fried. Like this was like greasy.
Oh yeah, it's southern.
Yeah.
I know that the person on the radio was saying that they hear like so it depends on the time of day and the one you go. All these weird factors. Like, how would you even know that?
Well, if you go around, and I'm sure
to check every Popeyes.
Yeah. Or they have informants.
Yeah.
You know how they do those? They have people call in for the weather report. It's like, give us a Popeyes report. Popeyes in the sky. We got a helicopter checking it out.
Well, I know, like, I always love, like, and, you know, I go to New Orleans, and Popeyes, I don't know, I think did it start in New Orleans? I mean, it's a
I think so,
it's a Cajun type thing. So down there, it was, you know, we'd get it down there, really good. Mm-hmm. But whenever they opened a new one by me, I was excited, and it wasn't any good. Now, maybe they were working out the kinks at a new franchise, so I do want to go try the chicken sandwich. So, I mean, Chick-fil-A is good. I mean, people say it's better than that. And I actually liked, and I got guff for this, but, you know, the one McDonald's had recently, the spicy barbecue chicken sandwich. It's basically like a chicken patty, but it had like the McRib sauce and the pickles and onions instead of the McRib. I really liked that one.
That sounds good. Well, the other one, when the whole thing first blew up and everybody was like, oh, this is awesome. And of course, I couldn't get them anymore. Only celebrities could get them at that point.
Yeah.
Hear all these reports. But I was like, because I probably at least, you know, once a month or something had been going to KFC for like a Chicken Little, you know, those Chicken Little sandwiches. And like, these are pretty dang good. Is it really going to be better than the Chicken Little? And so I like a lot. Yeah, it's hard.
Did you get the spicy one or the red?
I've tried the Nashville hot one. I've tried the golden whatever one. Oh, you're talking about it. The
Popeyes.
Dude, I got to confess, I got one of each.
And I ate them both. Might as well when you finally get up to that window.
But here's the bizarre part. I could not tell the difference between the spicy one and the regular.
Well, maybe they just gave you.
I'm wondering if they just gave me two regular ones, or if it was just, you know.
I'm sure that happens all the time at those places. Like with the Impossible Whopper.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet? Like they're like, we don't have time to cook these. Just give them a regular. I mean, I know when I worked at McDonald's in high school, you know, they had the McLean. I know for a fact there were times that people were like, screw it, just give them a regular quarter pounder. People were like, oh, these are really good. Yeah.
The McLean. Yeah. I used to order that, man. I was kind of bummed that I was like, you're one slightly low-fat, you know, or decently fat chicken hamburger choice, and you're like, no, we're not doing it anymore. But, oh, well, you can just probably order just a regular hamburger, and you get those little ones, and probably the equivalent of what a McLean was.
Yeah, those aren't terrible. I mean, they're not that big, but you're right.
Yeah. They're $1. What do you want?
Yeah.
If you don't want, if it's not enough, order a second one. No, I get the cheeseburger. Weird thing is, I don't think the regular hamburger's on the dollar menu, but the cheeseburger definitely is. But surely it's the same.
It has to be.
Yeah, because you could just go.
I mean, you're saving money on the cheese.
Give me a cheeseburger without the cheese.
That'll really confuse them. Be like. Oh.
But yeah, I gotta say that was another pop that you might mention, the Impossible Whopper. Yeah, I've tried that I think I've tried it twice. Really high price for one thing. It's like $5.
And again, I'm no health expert, but I mean, I just heard people say it's really not that much healthier for you in terms of, I guess, the fat content and stuff. I don't know. You'd think though it's made of plants. I mean, it should be, but it's more about the environment, and people don't want to. You know, I know people are moving toward that. Not only is it like wrong to eat meat, but it's bad for the environment now, right?
So the environment factor.
Just to be clear.
I'm still eating regular burgers, so I don't care to the extent that I'm going to stop eating burgers.
I'll be dead,
exactly.
Probably not that long from now, and I'm going to enjoy myself.
Exactly. I don't have any kids that are going to like grow up in this dystopia.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. I can be selfish.
So that was our contribution to the planet. Yeah. We didn't procreate.
I think we get credit, like carbon credits.
Hey, Bill Maher said that one day. Yeah. He's like, hey, that's the best thing you can do for the planet is don't have any kids. But our carbon footprint, takes a few steps back once we've done it. So it's better, better for the planet, and then. Of course, they always come out with these things about how, I'm not personally supposed to be eating as much meat as I am. And they say, I remember they had a report recently where they were like, the new report says eating meat might not be that bad, but they were still talking like, so go ahead, you can eat, but it was like ridiculous. It was like the size of your fist every 3 days or something. That kind of portion of. They weren't talking about eating meat every day.
I guarantee you the human race wouldn't have evolved to where we are now if people weren't getting that protein all those years.
Right.
Come on.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just a question of, again, I suppose. Well, the other thing is about that is they take all the regular Whopper ingredients and throw them in there, so the patty's the only thing that's different. So yeah,
right. So you're still getting the mayo and the cheese and the bun.
You might have slight, and you can put the cheese. The cheese you got to order extra, and it is ridiculously overpriced. But if people want that option, more power to them.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get to some real culture movies. Did you see how many movies? Do you recall how many movies you saw this year? 5.
2.
2.
Well, I saw Endgame. And was there another Marvel movie on top of that one? I've
seen Captain Marvel, probably.
Was that this year?
Pretty sure.
Okay, I don't remember. And then I did see the Joker.
Yeah.
Saw that.
That's it. Did you like Joker?
I did. I liked it. I liked how dark it was, and Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor. And
he is great.
The scene, like him bathing his mother, is a great scene.
Yeah.
It's weird. But
it's my favorite.
Supposedly there was some. I love that scene. Supposedly there was some part of that they cut out that was shocking. But then I read it was a clickbait article, and of course it never really explained what it was. So they got me.
I've gotten pretty good at not clicking on the clickbait, or it's okay to click it. But then if the thing that they told you they were going to tell you about isn't the very first thing, if you got to go through a whole slideshow of things.
I hate those.
And sometimes the thing isn't even in there.
I know.
The real screen.
They gotcha. And then,
So Joker is definitely going to make my top 10 list.
Okay.
And did you see John Wick 3?
No, I haven't seen 1 or 2. I like to, but I don't know what streaming platform. It's always, you don't know where do I go to see these things? You can't
it's
find
funny how this is all getting sectioned off. Where, I'd like to see John Wick 3, but I have Disney Plus, and they don't show any other movies. So more of the old ultra violence, not too, and then they threw Halle Berry in there. It looks like they want to do a Halle Berry spin-off from John Wick. Us, that was pretty.
I saw Us.
Yeah.
Frankly, wasn't a big fan, and the ending confused me. I guess. Did you get?
Well, yeah, it's they had this experiment that had been going on where they created all these clones or whatnot.
So it was an experiment?
Apparently.
I guess did they explain that, or was I just not paying attention?
There was one part near the end where they didn't go deep into it, but they did explain that years ago or something, some sort of, basically they attempted to kind of create almost like a parallel reality, but with, so you're making clones of people. They're all on the surface of the planet. Yeah,
and then they're living in some weird place under the subway.
Yeah, they're living in.
If I do this, the clone's doing that same thing. I didn't get that part of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see it again to see what the why there would be some kind of psychic link or something like that. Yeah. But the key part of I'm going to reveal the twist here, folks. Spoiler alert! Yeah. Is that one of the people from the little girl from that whatever you call it underworld basically switch places with somebody from our world. So the whole time we think we're watching somebody who, along with her family, is encountering their evil clones or whatever, whereas in fact she is the one that's,
she's been the clone the whole time.
Yeah,
right?
The clone. So
and the girls.
That was the big twist at the end.
Yeah,
it's sort of one of those, scientifically, you probably don't want to try to think about it too much, how this would all work out, how you keep all these people underground. And she did say something to the effect that at some point they sort of, whoever created this experiment kind of abandoned it or something. So anyway, I'll have to see it again.
That was my thing.
Just baffled.
She came, the little girl at the start managed to go up to the real world, and the rest of these people, they abandoned them, but they just stay down there. You'd think they'd try to, I guess maybe they're mentally, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
But the notion, too, is that the person from the real world is then able to, because she has more speech, I think, is able to speak better.
Yeah.
She becomes kind of their leader and is able to, they're doing some kind of, making some kind of statement at the end. They're doing the hands across the world thing, they're saying we're here.
They're right.
And she because she was down there, she was able to, they never would have gotten out of there because again, they're not mentally as with it or something. So anyway, You never saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, that's it is long and it's kind of slow moving, but I've seen it twice. Pretty good. Like that movie Yesterday, where a guy got to reintroduce the world to the Beatles because the world suddenly forgot about that there was the Beatles.
Yeah, and he just rips off all their music.
And he somehow remembers all those. I couldn't remember all the lyrics to anything, but I don't know, maybe a couple Prince songs.
Yeah.
See if there's anything else on here. No, that's there's a couple other ones, but worst of the year. So these are some art films: Climax, crap; Midsummer, crap; Under the Silver Lake. That might have been technically a last year movie. Domino. That was like starring Jamie Lannister, and it's pretty bad. Didn't really, we saw Alita together. And I think I'm starting to think that maybe goes on the bad list. But at the time, I was like, it's okay. But I probably need to watch it again. I did fall asleep a little bit during it. But did you like that one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And I like the visual effects on it.
Yeah.
I thought those were pretty good.
Did have some new stuff. Godzilla 2. Did you see that?
No, with 11 from Stranger Things. No, I have not.
Not great. And Ad Astra with Brad Pitt. Super boring.
Was it?
Yeah, just really boring. It's one of those where it's like this other movie.
The trailer had all the action? Because the trailer made it look like it'd be pretty filled with a lot of action, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like, and I saw this again with this movie High Life. That one's another kind of, but Ad Astra is sort of an art film, but it's got Brad Pitt. But High Life's an art film. I mean, it's got Robert Pattinson, and it's got all these other, Julia Binoche kind of. Oh, and then Andre 3000 is in there too.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I didn't even recognize it. I'm like, oh yeah. But they're both this kind of like, here we are drifting through space. Kind of reminds me of like 2001: A Space Odyssey. But they both have this sort of like, we're gonna reach a certain point, and then something's going to happen, like, I don't know, we're going to meet the aliens. 2001, something happens.
Yeah.
He goes on some weird acid trip, and then he does meet aliens, or the Star Baby shows up at the end. This one, in both cases, nothing happens. Like, Ad Astra's basically, the conclusion is like, yeah, we're all alone out here, so we gotta sort of just do what we can for ourselves. We can't, hope in some higher intelligence to save us, and with the other one, it's like, we're going to fly into a black hole and see what happens. And then they sort of cut out before they actually fly into the black hole. So, dumb. Jay and Silent. What's that?
I won't see it then.
Yeah, don't see it. Don't waste your time.
Works for me. Wasting time.
Also,
Jay and Silent Bob?
Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Pretty crappy, dude.
Was it? Yeah, I remember the first one wasn't that great either. Had a couple funny moments.
Yeah, you can. It's like, I think the first one, people excused it just because first time filmmaker, and they had the black and white thing. They had this sort of...
I mean, but not Clerks, but the Jay and Silent Bob movie that came out.
Yeah, Strikes Back. Right, yeah.
I don't know if it's like technically a sequel, but
well,
I just remember the funny part of that movie is like, who would go see a Jay and Silent Bob movie, and then they just look into the camera.
Well,
that made me laugh.
They have like 50 more moments like that where they're like winking at the camera. It's like, at one point, Kevin Smith plays Kevin Smith, the director, or whatever. He's directing the latest Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie, and he kind of hoodwinked a couple of people from Supergirl because he's directed a couple of those CW shows, and so you got Melissa Benoist is in it. And it's just, he had a decent amount of cameos and everything, but it just seemed like, I don't know, like maybe they had to rush it or something. But even people who should be good actors, or at least decent, just seemed like they were overacting, and it was, I don't know, maybe I wasn't in the right mood for it, but this one makes the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back look like Citizen Kane or something. I mean, in terms of the overall production values and whatnot. But what else? I guess it's got fan service, as they say. Yeah, so you don't watch any of those CW shows, do you?
No, I don't.
Did you read Crisis on Infinite Earths back in the day?
No, I've seen that they're doing that though. I guess crossovers.
They did the first 3 parts of it, and
I was more of a Marvel guy.
Yeah,
still am. I mean, the Marvel movies, obviously, I think there's no comparison with the DC that what they've tried to do there. Besides maybe the
Except Joker.
The Nolan and Joker in the Nolan Batman trilogy was pretty good. I guess back, the Batman movies of the early 90s were decent too. I like those, but
Tim Burton.
Never really got into the Supermans, even with Christopher Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Those are weird. And,
I did at the time. But,
yeah, I guess, back then they were cool, I guess. But I just remember, like, the one where it's like his brain, or whatever. Like, that scared me.
His what?
As a kid. I don't know, the one where, like, the machine, like, starts, like, taking, like, I don't remember exactly what happened, but...
A machine was taking something?
It was, like, taking the woman and, like, wrapping her up in a bunch of, like, wires. And wasn't that in one of those Superman movies?
It could be. I don't know. I only really remember the first two. And the two I liked a lot because it was when he's...
Yeah, I think it was the third one. Was the one like where he's like flying with Richard Pryor?
Oh, yeah.
Was that 3?
Yeah, it was either 3 or 4.
Yeah.
One of them, I think it was 3 because 4 was called The Quest for Peace, and it was like Superman was going to take out all the nuclear weapons and I guess he did. I can't remember how it all ended up, but so I think Richard Pryor was the third. They really kind of, they should have stopped after this. Second one was really better than first one, but they had the Kryptonian villains and the General Zod.
Neil before Zod.
Neil before. It's like never has been a line more oft repeated and variations on it. So oh well.
Yeah, that was a good one, I guess. But I guess they're saying coming up in the Marvel, they're going to do Secret Wars in one of the next phases, which would be cool because I really did like those comics at the time.
So you read all those?
Yeah. And really, from that's where they got the black Spider-Man suit.
Oh.
The Venom suit was Secret Wars. When we went to the other planet, that's where it was.
The original.
So I guess if Venom really is going to be in the MCU, and I don't know if it is or not, you kind of hear rumors that they can absorb it, but then that would be...
Isn't that...
Well, I guess it could kind of still be the same because they did come here on like a ship or something, but... That's,
Secret War...
Yeah, so Spider-Man, they all went there to fight or what have you, and then he got the black suit there.
The symbiote,
Yeah, the symbiote, and then they came back here, and then it turned into Venom somehow, I forget, or I guess when it got...
But they did like another, did you hear like recently, like I think it was in the past 5 years or something, they did another Secret Wars or something? This was different, I think. This was more...
They may have, yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. I'm thinking of the ones from the 80s.
And did they mention the ones from like in this article or whatever you read?
Yeah, well, they just said Secret Wars, so I figured
Okay.
that was kind of the one they were going to try to emulate somewhat. No.
Well, that was the big one, yeah, but I don't know, this recent one they had like, I think it was Skrulls. The idea was that Skrulls were among us kind of thing. I don't know. I've heard they were going to do more time travel related stuff or something, but
Multiverse stuff.
Multiverse.
Well, I mean, the Doctor Strange, I think.
Yeah.
Movie coming up, Multiverse of Madness is the title.
Oh yeah.
They'll have to have something, but I don't know. I guess with Disney Plus, I mean, it'll be cool. I hope they'll be good, and I think they will be because they've done a pretty good job with everything else. The shows they'll have there that kind of tie in with the movies.
Yeah.
Now, I know some people are mad because now I got to buy Disney Plus to understand the movies. Well, yeah, you do. $6.99 a month. Cry about it.
It's not going to break the bank. I don't. Well, after seeing how they sort of just very obliquely tied in, like Agents of, it's not like you're watching the movies and going, oh, geez, they didn't even reference Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the movies, but maybe you're saying they're gonna tie.
What I heard was the WandaVision series. You're gonna need to watch that to understand some of Multiverse of Madness. That's what I read. I don't know.
Wow, that's weird. Huh.
But,
well, good luck with that, Disney. I don't know that I'm gonna put in that much effort, but it's getting to be too much, dude. Like even for me, I like all the, and really, I told you the other day that I had this thing where I accidentally nuked everything in my DVR, and I had stuff like, Cloak and Dagger in there, which I hadn't watched. I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and then it got of this regular season, second season, and then it got canceled.
Yeah,
and
it got weird anyway.
There's so many, all these CW shows. Oh my God. I mean, they're going to get rid of Green Lantern, it's called Arrow, but then they're going to come out with a new show called Green Arrow and the Canary. So it's like his daughter and 2 other people. And they're going to have a new show called Stargirl on CW. It's like, wow, they really just said, screw it. It's superheroes all the way. And I don't know. And it's like this whole crossover thing is cool, but I mean, if they're expecting me to like watch all the Batwoman episodes leading up to. I watched Flash.
Yeah, see that's if you're trying to keep up with the DC and the Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's too much. See, I've just focused on Marvel.
You gotta focus on just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're and then the weird thing is how it's all spread out too. It's like these because they have this crossover thing, but they also tried to tie in. I'm sure they tried to ask some of these movie people, will you, like Jason Momoa or somebody, will you please be Aquaman for like 10 seconds on our little crappy TV? It's like, no, I'm Jason Momoa, get away.
Yeah.
And Affleck's not going for it. But I would have thought maybe they could have gotten somebody like Gal Gadot or something to show up. But they got like 2 characters to show up for like 3 seconds from that Titans show. They got the Lucifer guy from that's a different network, Fox. He showed up for like a pretty funny little scene. They got Burt Ward, the original Robin, to when they have the crisis they're facing, it manifests itself in these crimson skies, and so they have him looking back and going, "Holy crimson skies of death!" So
terrible.
I know. But yeah, a couple of them were jokey. They had the guy.
They had like a reference to the Michael Keaton Batman, like it was in the background or something.
I saw something like that, like it was a newspaper that they'd mocked up for something.
Yeah.
But when they actually did the scene, it was actually a character. I don't know if you remember the news guy played by Robert Wool in the first movie. He was sort of like running around with Kim. They both worked for the newspaper.
Yeah.
I think his name was Alexander Knox, maybe. So he looked a lot older, but he's sitting there at a park bench, and again, he sees the crimson skies, and he sees the bat signal in the background. And the newspaper said something different, like, Batman captures Joker or something. And he's just like, I hope you're watching, big guy, or something. So, yeah, this weird little wink. Even shows like I totally would have forgotten this even was a show. They had some character start off, I think the 3rd episode, from the Birds of Prey, or just called Birds of Prey, some old CW show that didn't even last a full season. And so they just show her running around going, oh, I'm trying to, what are we doing here? And then her planet. The thing is, and this is a multiversal threat, so they'll show a whole planet getting blown up, and sure enough, she was on a planet that just went, goodbye. But, that was the weird thing. By the end of the 3rd episode, this guy called the Anti-Monitor, he wiped out, like, all the planets, like even the regular Earth 1 was gone. So it's like, well, they got this thing called the Book of Destiny that has a lot of power, so maybe they can use that to, I don't know. It's what do you call it? Sci-fi fantasy mumbo jumbo, where they go, we can fix it if we just do this particular spell or use this scientific thing you've never heard of before, So. Anyway, but now the shows, I'm watching Supernatural because it's 15th and final season. So there's that, and then I'm still watching Walking Dead. I assume you're still keeping up on that.
Yeah.
Whisper of War has been
dragging on way too long.
Yeah, yeah. It's been we're doing like a Cold War thing. It's like
so it's boring.
So it's boring. We're just paranoia. And damn it, I'm gonna spoil. So spoiler alert. But you've seen up till the recent one, yeah.
Yeah, the mid-season finale.
Somebody friggin' just out of the blue, I just see something. I think it wasn't even like click this for spoilers. It was just like Dante is one of the Whisperers. That was like the thing. Like damn it, so I knew that. Like, or at least I figured it was true. Like weeks before it was revealed. Were you surprised at all by that? When he was revealed.
Is he the other doctor?
Yeah.
Frankly, I kind of had forgotten. I mean, who he was in the previous season. So.
Well, he wasn't in the previous season.
He wasn't?
No.
Okay.
I think they introduced him early in the season.
I wasn't like shocked because I didn't feel like I really knew the character that well.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. He's the guy that's been messing with the water, and he thought like when he had they killed it. They caught the one Whisperer guy, and they made it seem like Siddiq messed up and gave him the wrong stuff. No, he really meant to kill him.
Right.
Okay, that all makes sense now, but it wasn't like I'm like, oh my god. So no.
I just wish it's one of those where, like somebody revealed to me, or again, I guess I was reading through a thing, but it was somebody reviewing Joker, and they just casually threw in the idea of, all of us like fantasize about having relationship. And somebody crapping on the movie, and they're like, they didn't think the Zazie Beetz thing was, they're like, oh yeah, sure, all of us, fantasize about having relationships with people that aren't real or whatever. Why is this guy so special? I'm like, did you hear the part at the beginning where he's on like 7 different medications, and then anyway, and then they couldn't give him his medication. He had real mental problems. This wasn't the usual fantasizing, but somehow I'd been tipped off to the idea that his whole relationship with her was fake. And in retrospect, the movie gives you some pretty strong hints.
Oh,
you thought that? So.
Yeah, I was like, "There's no way she's gonna be wanting to be with this guy." Come on. Yeah, I did. I would have hoped
I would have been able
that.
to figure that out. But you never know. It's like I'd like the chance to figure it out myself. I feel like the Dante thing I could have maybe figured out, but then again, the revelation of who Dr. Manhattan was, it's like, okay, I figured it out like 30 seconds before they revealed who it was. Her husband.
Yeah, that one I didn't really see coming too much,
because they didn't really
give any foreshadowing.
They had an earlier episode or two every once in a while. I think it was way earlier in the season. Every once in a while, somebody would say something about like oh, maybe Dr. Manhattan's among us or something like that, just in passing, like throwing around different theories, and then you had that couple of references when it got closer to the reveal to the fact that he was he had an accident and he had amnesia. So these, for people who really kind of try to anticipate things, they might have put it together. Oh, there's something off about that character. I don't know if they would have put it together that he was Dr. Manhattan or whatever, but it was like just before the reveal, they were kind of giving you some hints. And then, of course, she says, I just told you Dr. Manhattan is here, and you're not even curious.
Yeah, when that happened, you start.
And I'm like, holy crap, are they saying she's Dr. Manhattan? And she hasn't, she forgot she was Dr. Manhattan or something? But I was just thought, that seems weird that they'd suddenly, because she's having this whole personal struggle. But then you think about the one guy who's like, we don't know jack about him, or we hardly see anything except him briefly interacting with his daughter. It's a pretty harsh way to get your Dr. Manhattan back, though. It's like, dude, you gotta hack through his brain to, pull out whatever giant ring that.
Yeah.
That was a very strange thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Watchmen we're like, it's worth watching for the most part.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm paying for HBO. I might as well watch stuff they have on it.
Did you watch the Chernobyl thing?
No.
Yeah,
I do want to see it though.
I think I have that in my DVR from a free HBO weekend or something. So, yeah, I'm only watching what I'm watching so far because I got a free weekend and they had one of those marathons. But now I'm down to the last 2 episodes, so I had to invite myself over to my friend Gary's house and I need to watch the second to last one, and then we should watch the last one together. The season finale this Sunday. So. Show any other stuff you want to? You still super psyched about the Blues?
Yeah, them winning the cup was awesome. I guess, we haven't had a show since then, so obviously it's cool.
Pretty cool.
I haven't seen, I'm keeping up with them. I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and just watch too many games this season so far, but I'll try to hit a few over Christmas break here.
Oh, cool.
For sure. I'd like to go to one, too. I haven't been to one this season yet, but we'll get down there, hopefully.
But they're really big on them on that 97.1 channel, or no, is it 97? No,
101. Well, yeah, they picked up the contract to play their game, so they're going to push them more.
A lot more.
Yeah. And they've won the cup, so certainly that is part of it too. But
they got they do a pregame show, they do the show, they do the broadcast, and they have the after game.
I do like hockey. But football is my favorite. NFL football, which sucks for me since we lost our team. Yeah. Maybe we'll get the Chargers. Yeah, right.
That's what they're saying?
The rumor's been going around that, the Chargers are doing terrible in LA in terms of selling their PSLs, and their management and the management of the Rams are in spats. Because basically the deal was that Kroenke could move out there, but then he'd have to let the Chargers play in his stadium basically for free. They don't even pay any rent, and they're going to go in there, and they didn't set any benchmarks saying, hey, you have to sell this many PSLs for this price. They didn't set any of that, so they can go in there and they don't sell that many tickets. They still get a bunch of revenue off the stadium and any tickets. Yeah, so they're getting a pretty sweet deal. So really, they probably wouldn't want to move but the NFL apparently is concerned that there's not enough interest in them, and there really isn't probably.
Yeah.
And heck, I mean, they probably wish there was more interest in the Rams too, but the Rams certainly I think are doing better than the Chargers since they were in that market for all those years. So anyway, the theory was that maybe the NFL, as part of a settlement to this lawsuit that's going on, would encourage or somehow facilitate the Chargers moving here.
Uh-huh.
Now, that's probably far-fetched. But, because again, I mean, the owner of the Chargers, it's not like he does own the team. It's not like the league owns the team, so they'd either have to have him sell it or part of it or entice him somehow to want to do it. And he's a California guy. I'm sure he would rather live in California than St. Louis. Now, again, he wouldn't have to live here, I guess.
Yeah.
But he just fly in and out on his jet. But,
that's true.
So that was something that was postulated. Again, I know some people saying they're done with the NFL. I mean, it does suck what happened, but I'd certainly like to have a team here. And I think what they'd have to do, or at least what would make sense, is you'd rebrand it. It wouldn't be called the Chargers anymore. You'd make it something new. And then San Diego or whoever out there could keep the rights to that name if they ever expanded, which probably isn't going to happen. The ideal thing would be if they expanded and we got an expansion team. But, the league right now as it's set up, I think the way it's divided into divisions, they really like the numbers. And if they expanded, that means more owners would have to give up a piece of the pie. But my point is, but if you expand the league and there's more revenue coming in because you expanded the league, wouldn't the pie get bigger anyway? One would think, but I'm no business expert. That's why I'm sitting here right now. So,
doing a cable access.
Yeah, doing an educational access show.
Well, it's like if they did rename the team, the only downside of that is that if they brought it here, Chargers renamed it. Big downside is that the name Battlehawks is already taken.
I know. I hate that. Because at first I'm like, Battlehawks, that's kind of lame. But then I figure out it's like a fighter jet, which I think's kind of cool. Uh-huh. But the rallying cry doesn't mean caw. Then it's a bird. So I think it should be like, that should be it. But no one can. You're not going to be able to say that in unison at a game. But just imagine, and I do want to go to a game, but if I go down there, everyone's going, caw. I'm leaving.
They probably will. You'll be gone in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because they do that on the radio all the time.
And I get it's kind of a joke, but still, man, you don't want that to be your rallying cry. Caw!
It's sad enough when they got these, tomahawk chants and all this crap, but man, that would get really annoying. Oh, God.
But, yeah, at least we do have a professional football team back. And there was another one, too, but that league was really small. At least the XFL's something, but how long will it last? I mean, if history bears anything, and not long, probably. So
It's just amazing to me, like, I mean, I get that there's, like, ventures, like you start a restaurant or something, and I don't know what percentage of restaurants go out of business, like, within the first couple of years. I think it's at least 30%.
Yeah,
it's as high as 50%. But when you have these things where like multi-million dollars are invested, like the Loop trolley is already going out of business.
Something.
What happened? Do you know anything more about this than I do?
No, I mean the short of it is it was a terrible decision, and because if you really think about it, why do you need that?
Yeah.
It isn't like it's really like the trolley system in San Francisco or the streetcar system in New Orleans where it really does take people around the city.
Right.
No, it's just a gimmick to go down the loop so it looks like something cool and maybe someone's like, cool, let's ride. It doesn't take you anywhere, really. I mean, the loop isn't that big. You could easily walk it, so it's not like it's saving people time.
Yeah.
And then all the money it took to sink into it. I bet there was someone probably took a lot of the money that was put into it and took it for personal use is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe it was just a boondoggle or something, but I'm just amazed.
Yeah, it's too bad because that guy who kind of, owns Blueberry Hills, is it Joe Edwards, I think?
Uh-huh.
I mean, he seems like he's a nice guy. I've met him before down there.
Okay.
Excuse me, and again, I'm not accusing him specifically of anything. I wouldn't know, but it seems off. You're going to dump all that money into it. You had to know that it wasn't going to, what revenue is it going to bring in? Well, not much because it only goes down the loop and maybe around the corner to.
Yeah, I would have just thought
wherever.
somebody would have crunched the numbers on that and figured out.
You would think so, and when they were doing it, people. I mean, I know I had that thought, and I'm not claiming I'm some genius for having it. People were saying, why do we need this?
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of people look at the XFL in the same way. It's like, you did try this before. You know you're up against the biggest juggernaut in all of sports with the NFL, right? They're bigger than anybody.
They are, but I guess there's also the thinking that they've made some people mad lately with the Colin Kaepernick thing and the kneeling and maybe some people.
That's our big slogan. Nobody's kneeling in this league.
Yeah, well, that's.
They should put that in all their commercials.
So.
And then, but it would be one thing if it was just the NFL you're up against. But then I'm just amazed how much college football has become.
Yeah.
Like such. I mean, it's like I think for some people, that's where a lot of people went to who were dissatisfied with the NFL. They're like, screw it, I'm just going to watch college games all the time. And they're on all the time. So is there some slice of the year?
Well, that's the thing. Their season is taking place in the time of year where no other football is being played.
Well, maybe that'll.
But you have to wonder, people, it's you do take a break from it and go to do other things. You really want to watch football 12 months out of the year, and I probably would, but I'm a big fan of it. But everyone, you got to appeal to the wider audience. So we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely going to go to a game early on because you never know. I mean, by the end of the season. Now, I would say I think the backing on this maybe is a little stronger than that Alliance League was that folded. They didn't even get a full season in.
Oh, right.
They folded with a couple games still to play, and they were on major networks like CBS and stuff. Now, so will the XFL.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, you're right. And the thing that got me too is that St. Louis makes sense to put a team here, but all the other cities already have NFL teams.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a fan of the team in your city, are you really going to be let's go watch XFL? I don't know. I mean, I probably would. If the Rams were still here, I wouldn't probably be too interested in it. So
they didn't put another one in LA, did they?
They did.
Oh my God!
And there's one in New York.
Oh my God!
Chicago, I believe, has one. Tampa,
so
does
I think LA just have 2, or do they have 3 teams now? They have
2.
Okay.
Chargers and Rams.
Okay. And
then they got 2 of everything else. Baseball, they got 2. Hockey. If you count like Anaheim, which basically is like a suburb. I mean, so yeah, they got everything out there.
They got it.
They got a lot of people, which is why it's so absurd that the NFL isn't doing all that great out there yet.
Really?
They try to say, well, it's because people haven't, they're transplants and they've rooted for other teams all these years. I don't really buy that. I mean, I don't know.
So how many years did they go without a team?
20, I guess. The Rams were here for 20 years.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. Oh, well, good luck, NFL. I know you're hurting right now.
No, they're not hurting.
No, they're doing fine.
They're still making money, and if you look at the TV ratings, most of the highest-rated TV shows on network are their games.
Right.
I mean, they're beating out a lot of things, so they're still doing fine.
Sometimes.
Which is why I say expand. I mean, expand the league. You want to be in London? Give them a team. Give St. Louis a team to get the lawsuit to go away. And then, I don't care about, because if I read a lot of online comments, which I know is a waste of time, but I do it anyway. Some people are like, but no, you don't want to settle and give them a team. We want the NFL to air their dirty laundry. Like, that does nothing for me or you or anybody. Us getting a team, we'd have a team to root for. Maybe you could go to a game every now and again. Now, I wouldn't buy season tickets because I don't want to go to all of them, but I like going to one a year.
Yeah.
But, that who's going to get rich off this lawsuit? It isn't the people, it's the lawyers.
Yeah.
And then, it'd be great if the city got all this money. I have no confidence that the city is going to spend the money in the right way.
Right.
So if we could settle and get some money and maybe pay the dome off and then get a team, that would be, for the fans, that's the best scenario, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, airing their dirty, I don't care about their dirty laundry.
And, that's even going to matter. What, you think we're going to have Senate hearings on this? Or they're not going to put it on TV or anything, right?
No, exactly.
It's just some closed-door trial or whatever.
So, you get your jollies off reading a news article about it, and then
RFT really nailed it on
this. I know,
But last I'm reading about the dirty, you didn't know they were, corrupt and all
exactly.
that. Oh, God, yeah. So is there any team you're, following now that you don't have?
New Orleans Saints.
Okay, cool.
Is really the main team, and then, I still do pay attention to the Rams. It's hard for me to root for them, though.
Right.
And then, I play, as we discussed, fantasy football, so generally that's more what really keeps me engaged, is just doing that, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many leagues you in?
2.
2?
Just 2. So.
Were you in 3 before?
I think I was in 3, and I dropped out of 1 because it was. I mean, that one I'd always forget to make moves and stuff, and then it's like, what's the point? So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess we about covered it.
I guess we covered a lot.
We covered a lot. We didn't get into the politics.
No, I don't.
We don't need to bother with that.
No thanks.
No, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen Lights Out with David Spade.
Here and there.
Yeah, I gotta say that to me is the funniest late night show currently going. Although I'm a little behind, but usually it's like I watch every episode right away, and it's only a half hour, 22 minutes without commercials, and it follows the Daily Show. But Daily Show used to be now I'm like, screw that. I want to.
It's not really funny.
Yeah. Daily
I don't watch it, but all I can say is this: I watch a lot of Comedy Central because they play The Office over and over, and that's fun. And if the best stuff they had Trevor Noah has, they're playing on those promos, it's really bad because that stuff isn't funny.
Yeah.
But I think, at least in my opinion, I know it's subjective.
I get a couple of chuckles here and there. I guess it's more like a lot of times, and same thing with like somebody like Stephen Colbert. Although it's weird, it's like you watch enough of it. Like I saw part of an episode last night, and it wasn't even about politics or anything. He was just doing a bit. He has this segment after he does the monologue. It's called Meanwhile, and it's basically, okay, here's all the non-Trump jokes we have for this show. Like he did a thing on Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow's website thing or lifestyle. You ever heard of that before?
No.
Goop. It's called Goop, and it's like huge. It's like white Oprah kind of stuff where she's recommending books, and a lot of it sounds like high-end stuff or whatever, but
well, maybe now that you say that, I maybe have heard
it's like different perfume, and then there's weird things like she says something about